Hey guys, this is Eternum Knight. Welcome back to my channel. And what I have for you guys is my first Killing Floor 3 build guide video for the medic. You guys know how much I love support classes, and it took me all weekend of testing and grinding and just trying to build this class up to the best that it could be, with not only all throughout the experience of my matches, but just looking at the pros and cons to this class. I have not played any of the other Killing Floor games, so I'm not going to be talking about that or comparing them. I'm just focused on Killing Floor 3 and how they decided to um, utilize the medic and how they built it and all that. So this might be a long video, so just bear with me. I'm going to try to go through every single thing, but let's go over I would say the you know what, the perks first. Let's go over the perks. So what I have right now is when you're at level 2, I would go with Healing Hands. This allows you to revive 50% faster. However, in the early game, this is good. But once you get social distancing, you could actually shoot your darts to revive people. And these two stack with each other. Not for the 50% revival speed, but for the additional health that they get. So right now it's only level 2 Healing Hands, so they'll get any ally that's revived will get 20 health revived by you. So every revive brings your ally to 50 health, and when you revive, they'll get an extra 20 health. And this procs with social distancing if you revive them with your healing darts, right? So these two go together. If you're doing the weekly mutation, I would go with Doctor's Bag, because Doctor's Bag not only heals you but gives you your armor integrity back, 20 armor integrity. And with the weekly mutation, as you can see, if we were to just click highlight it, there's no revives. So once you go to 0, you're done. So you can't revive, can't do anything. So Healing Hands is only good when you're doing everything else but the weekly mutator mission. Alright? For level 4, we have Call of the Week, Gas Expansion, and Waste Collector. I think Waste Collector sounds like a good idea. However, there's just so much crap going on that I don't know how much time you're going to have to just go, throw a grenade, wait, grab it to restore syringe. You have so much healing that you shouldn't be using syringes until, honestly, the boss fight. But yeah, so I went with the gas expansion radius. You know, your radius is by 30%. Not only the enemies will get, you'll hit the enemies and doing damage to them, but you'll be healing your allies at a much bigger radius. You don't have to be so close together. For level 6, we have Power Surge, Muscle Stimulant, Health Benefits. Your gadget heals already, so I don't know, an extra 25 health, and then at level 3 will be 50 health. How much that would really do. It sounds like a good idea, but I went with Power Surge. Again, I would say the mobility, you really don't need it. You know, you're kind of protected within the Sanctum, and you kind of want to stay inside the Sanctum, so there's really not much to move around in it anyway. So the movement speed for 5 seconds, if they step out, doesn't really cut it for me. I don't think. I feel like this is a waste of a perk. But anyway, you can either go with Power Surge or Health Benefits. I found Power Surge just for the damage. At level 3, you'll get 50% extra damage, blast damage. So that's also good for just killing the weaker enemies, or in the boss wave, whenever it spawns mobs, you could just pop down your gadget and then kill it really quick. Level 8, we have Biohazard, which I don't think you should take. You don't need it. Pill Mill or a Stronger Prescription. If you're going for a healer, more healing, definitely Stronger Prescription. Weapon healing is increased by 30% at level 3. Pilmo is actually kind of interesting because the maximum ammo capacity will get you to 50% at level 3, so you don't have to always refill your ammo between waves. But if you're smart and you're healing and you're shooting, you shouldn't be wasting all of your ammo. That's just the reality of it. On stronger difficulties, maybe on Hell on Earth we might have to take Pilmo, but for now, at least in normal and hard, stronger prescription seems to be the way to go. You have level 10 capacity increase, level 12 outreach center or burn unit. Burn unit sounds also good, but I go for the radius just so you have more. You and your allies have more breathing room inside the sanctum, especially when you're fighting Impaler, Chimera. It's like they just move around so much, so you kind of want to move around the radius as well. Level 14. I like both of these, Symbiosis or Painkiller. I think they're both really good. So, with Painkiller, healing your allies with your weapon grants them 20% damage reduction for 10 seconds at level 3. That's really good because when I show you how I kitted up my healing, I go with the MP6 with the healing grenade launcher. I think communication is key in this game. So if you have a mic, please utilize it, utilize it, utilize it if you're the medic. Because you want people grouped up around your sanctum, around your healing grenades, and also your healing grenade launcher when you shoot it. You want people in that mist if you're running Painkiller, because you're gonna they all of them but you. I tested this. You won't get the damage reduction, but they will get the damage reduction as long as they're in the healing gas of the grenade launcher when you shoot it, and it'll always re-proc. So I think the healing grenade lasts. The healing grenade launcher, AOE lasts for 6 seconds. So if your allies are staying within the mist of your healing grenade launcher, at 6 seconds they'll get the 20% damage reduction on top of another 10 seconds after it expires. So that's kind of technically 16 seconds in totality, the max. So even if they touch it, right, and then they get out of the mist, that's 10 seconds for them as well. However, Symbiosis is also really good. Whenever you're healing your enemies, you're getting 50% of the weapon's healing amount. So if you shoot the grenade launcher, the grenade launcher healing AoE, and then you're running around trying to heal somebody else, and you're getting hit, like, it's healing you because you're healing other enemies from the grenade launcher, and then you're gonna go revive or do whatever you gotta do. So, honestly, it's a toss up. I find that I think, I don't know if it's fully tested yet, but I think you get more money. So you get Dash by healing your teammates, right? And it seems like I am getting more money for the same amount of healing that I do in a game with Symbiosis, because if you're healing your ally, then it heals you. I swear, it's like 7 Dash, I think, to like heal an ally, and I think if it heals you, you get an extra 3 Dash. I don't know if it's fully tested yet. Maybe you guys could tell me in the comments below, but yeah, I just feel like I get more money out of Symbiosis than I do when I'm rocking just Painkiller when doing the same amount of healing. So honestly, it's a toss-up. I think if you're doing the weekly mutator, I think going with Painkiller just for the damage reduction is the way to go. Maybe Hell on Earth as well, but right now on normal and hard, Symbiosis is the way to go. Level 16, Anesthesist or Pulmonologist. I went with this one. I just think it's just better. By the time you're level 22, you're gonna get 4 healing grenades. So, you could always use it as a clutch moment as well, just to heal everybody. I think with this game, I don't know how it was in Killing Floor 1 and 2, but I'll get more into it, but I think AoE healing supersedes single target healing. I've so far from all the games I've played, especially when you're up against Impaler or Chimera, AoE healing is the way to go. I just think you don't have enough darts to heal everybody. On top of that, I think the darts tracking just sucks, in my opinion. You can have an ally right in front of you, but if the ally behind you is closer than the ally in front of you, the darts are gonna go and do some wanted nonsense, the movie Wanted, and then just curves behind you and hits the other ally that's closer to you. So I think the tracking of these darts are is terrible right now. I think it needs some type of like highlight feature if you're like aiming or looking at an ally. I think it just needs better tracking because right now, I don't know. I am not convinced of these healing darts. I think it's good for like the early waves 1 through 3. Not too much stuff going on. But once you get to the boss, honestly, the healing grenade launcher is the way to go, in my opinion. Level 18, we have steroid injection, suppressor, and field hospital. I don't think you need the extra healing from it, so this sounds good, but again, the bosses are moving way too much. So for them to even like stay in the field, let alone once they get out for 4 seconds, maybe 10 seconds at level 3, that's it. It's a one-time thing. So that's why I'm not convinced with suppressor. So we go with steroid injection at level 3, 20% weapon damage for not only you but for all of your teammates. So again, communication. If you're at the boss battle, you're like, all right, I'm gonna go ult, use my gadget. Everybody should be converging on your sanctum, so everybody gets this 20% weapon damage buff, and it'll keep re-procking as long as you're in the sanctum. And then once the sanctum ends, it'll be another 5 seconds of that weapon damage, which coincides with level 24 Storm Shelter, which you're gonna try and up the duration. And I think this goes up to 10 seconds. So 10 seconds extra of the Sanctum on top of an extra 5 seconds after it dies. Like, there's at least 20 seconds of a buff. At least. Depending how long I think the duration of the regular Sanctum is maybe 10 seconds. So 10 seconds, 20 seconds, right? And then an extra 5, that's 25 seconds of the 20% weapon damage buff for your whole team if they're inside your Sanctum. Level 20, strength in numbers. Or social distancing. Again, social distancing is the way to go. You want to revive teammates instead of just going up to them and holding X or square on a controller, right? Yep, and then 22 capacity increase. 26, I don't have it unlocked yet, but I'm planning to go with damage plan, right? This also will proc with your healing grenade launcher. So you can have your healing grenade launcher out, everybody's on the cloud, and they'll gain. This might go up to maybe 40%. I'm not sure. But even just 20% for 5 seconds, and it'll keep re-procking if they're in the mist. At level 28, we're going to go with duration of lingering cloud. You want more healing, right? Let them stay in that cloud for as long as possible to get heals. Urgent care sounds good, but I would have to do more testing once I unlock it to see how fast it will increase the bleed out, or if it will, like, the bleed out timer is like fast but not that fast. So I wonder if it'll supersede the bleed out timer. And then infected, this one, active infection, I'm not gonna go with this one. I'm not sure if it's gonna be good or not. So I'm gonna go with lingering cloud. And then level 30, double dose is the way I'm gonna go, having 2 sanctums out. And I think there's a little delay on when you could put them out from one video I saw. So you can and then you have more duration, so you can even proc steroid injection for longer by doing double dose if you have a little delay on when you could proc the second one. The Suscitator sounds okay, but with the blast, this might be good. If you have like 2 or 3 teammates down in a single area and your gadget's up, you could just put your gadget out and then bam, everybody's healed and revived, which helps with also procs with the field radius. Larger field radius, the more AoE it'll cover for reviving your allies. However, once you're downed, you have like seconds to revive them because if the enemy stays on them, then they get automatically executed. From what I've seen. So that's the perk tree, guys. Let me know what you think on that aspect. Now let's go over the weapons, and this is where I'm going to take even more time. So let's go over your sidearm, the KH380. This is your bread and butter of quick heals, quick revives as well. What you want two things on this weapon, because again, you want to be able to buy this right away starting at wave 1, and you want to keep the cost low because by the end game you want as much dodge as possible to get the things you need to refill the ammo you need and things like that. So you want to go with the ammunition, you want to go with the healing darts, the instant heal darts right away. Best in slot, I think, is squat strength. Um, and there's been talk that damage and healing are like one and the same. So the more damage you do, the more damage you have on a weapon, the more healing you'll output. We don't have damage numbers or healing numbers yet, but that is the consensus. So you want also squad strength. I think gain 1% bonus damage for each teammate within 10 meters. You should be close to your teammates anyway. So even if it's a 5% bonus damage or even 1% bonus damage, like it'll help your healing. It'll add up. And you want this at level 3 as much as possible, as fast as possible, because you go from right here. You go from 8 healing at base to 14 healing. That that's a lot, and it takes if someone just gets downed and you're trying to revive them and their bleed timer is like 50%, 2 shots with this pistol and they're automatically revived, right? And then 3 just for an extra heal. And then you want for the internal slot, you just want the dart recharger kit, and this will go up to 50% fire rate, so you'll be launching them really fast. And you want to upgrade this too. I don't have the best bonus ability. I have to re-roll, but you want either squad strength, I would say, on this one as well. And upgrade that as soon as possible. So that's the pistol. You only want 2 attachments on it, and that's it. Let's go to your basic SMG. Now, you want to, again, like I said, you want to save money as much as possible. So the only thing I have on this weapon that I think boosts the damage, at least it'll be good for waves 1 through 3 at least, is hollow point rounds. And what hollow point rounds is, you gain stun affliction and 15% damage at level 3, and it's really good against fleshy enemies. So that's really good for waves 1 through 3. If you're fighting like some of the elite enemies, let your teammates handle them. You could try and shoot them as well, but for the smaller mobs, you want the hollow point rounds because you'll kill them a lot faster and you won't be wasting as much ammo with this thing. And that's about it. Like, this is the only thing I have on this starting weapon. And again, you want squad strength because you're going to be with your teammates. You'll also heal with this. And you have your pistol to heal in the early rounds. So you have 30 darts with the SMG, starting SMG, and 3 darts on the pistol. So your healing output should be good, at least for the first 3 waves. Once you get enough money, well, let's talk about the biomorphic projector. Don't use it. It's trash. I don't like it. Next, the MP6. This is my bread and butter healing build. So as you can see, I have almost all the mods maxed out. So let's just go through them really quick, and then I'll go over the bonus perks. So you want acidic ammo, right? Acidic ammo, I think works on every boss, especially the Impaler. It's highly effective against Impaler, and Impaler is probably the worst boss design, but it's still doable if you have a good medic on the team, if you're doing really good healing and things like that. A lot of people like to kite the Impaler. Honestly, I don't know. I've done it where everybody just stays together near me, and I can out heal their damage, especially on hard, and you have the Sanctum and all that, and then you just mow down one Impaler at a time. But again, I play with randos a lot, so a lot of the communication isn't there, even though I'm on the mic. But yeah, so anyway, I would go with acidic ammo, just for the corrosive affliction and damage over time. Um, for the extended barrel, you want the combat coordination. I mean, sorry. You want the hold on. You want the extended barrel. Suppress barrel, Z time gain multiplier. The Z time gain multiplier, and I was testing it because I had a couple of them that had it. The bonus perk of the Z time multiplier. It's only good if you're the one getting kills. And as the medic, honestly, you shouldn't be the one getting all the kills. You should be getting some kills, not all the kills. You should be focused more on healing than getting kills. Uh, but getting kills is good for also Dosh. So you want to have a mix of both. But I went with the extended barrel, and it landed with combat coordination, which I'll get into later. But extended barrel. Then we have the underbarrel, the healing grenade launcher, and at level 3, get 5 healing, 38 damage, fire rate, AoE scale, 6 seconds duration, 25 stumble affliction. So I love the healing grenade launcher. I think it's the best option for healing right now. Again, the darts, I'm just not convinced that the darts are good enough. They're good if there's nobody in the way. There's body blocking of enemies, there's body blocking of teammates. The tracking isn't all there. So I just think either it needs a couple of patches for the darts or just a rework of the darts, or we just need a new weapon. We need like a healing gas weapon, right? Where you could just spray and heal, spray and pray, like a gas with a gas or something. But this is the best we got, and I really think the healing grenade launcher, especially if your teammates are always together, you're gonna output more heals than trying to um, do each one's single target healing. We're gonna go with the reflex sight, lightweight mag for the reload speed, and then the heavy frame receiver for the damage. We don't care that much about fire rate; it's only 6% at level 3. And now let's go over the bonus perks. So for the acidic ammo, there hasn't been a lot of testing as how many perks you could get on each of the attachments. So for now, I think it goes 2. You get 2 depending on the attachment. You could double up on perks, and I haven't seen a triple yet, except for maybe the 33% return ammo thing that people are doing. But yeah. So anyway, what I was able to roll is squad strength. I think is best in slot for the ammunition. Gain 1% bonus damage for each teammate within 10 meters, and you should be with everybody, but at least you'll be at least with 2 people. So even 3 people, you're gonna get value out of this. For the barrel, you want combat coordination, so you gain 3% bonus damage when within 10 meters of at least one teammate. So this stacks with squad strength, so you're getting at least 5% bonus damage. For the healing grenade, you want Boss Basher. I'm trying to see if Boss Basher team up will also roll in here, but this is good for now. Deal 5% more damage to bosses. So this is just for you. Again, you want to help out the team during boss battles as well. This also procs for your grenades, with your healing grenade launcher for the damage to enemies, for your sanctum, procs with everything. Reflex sight, boss bash team up. I swear, I think this is the best in slot perk. You could roll this on the sight and on the heavy frame on the internal slot. So for the sight, teammates within 10 meters deal 5% bonus damage against bosses. People should be near you. Your teammates should be near the medic. Like, I don't get it why people want to go off base all the time. But at least the people that are near you, they're going to gain a 5% bonus damage. Well, 10% because I have it here on the heavy frame receiver. So that's 10% damage for your teammates to do against the boss. Instead of you doing all the damage, right? It's only a 5% buff to yourself with Boss Basher. Well, now if all 5 teammates are near you, that's an extra 10% per teammate. So that's great. And then for the lightweight mag, squad strength, so gain 1% bonus damage for each teammate within 10 meters. So this stacks with your ammo, right? So that's 2% for each teammate, and then on top of that, you get an extra 3% after the fact with at least one teammate. So if everybody's near you, you're gaining 13% damage bonus. And that's the build, guys, for the MP6. We could talk a little bit about the LF85. I don't know how I feel about this gun. I mean, I'll go over it. I think the biomorphic boosted battery, I think it's good. However, you're going to be using 2 darts instead of 1 dart. So if your ammo capacity is 30, every dart you shoot is going to proc 2 darts. So you kind of have 15 charges. But then if you increase the battery with the secondary battery booster, you get an extra 10 mags. So instead of having 30 darts, you have 40 darts. But technically, you only have 20 darts. But all in all, I don't like this weapon as much. If you're able to get it just for revives, I think it'll be good because you could regenerate darts with it. So if you're able, so best in slot, I think you should get the MP6, and if you have enough dosh, try to get your LF85 because I think this gun should only be used for reviving. Because you could regenerate darts. Now, if you're using this for healing only, my experience and another friend of mine's experience, we cannot regenerate that many darts to output the healing we need to during boss battles. We run out of darts, and then you're trying to shoot the boss. You're not regenerating it fast enough. Then people go down, and you don't have enough darts to revive, and then it gets chaos. I just don't like this weapon for like primary healing. I think the MP6 does a better job with the healing grenade launcher. But you guys could tell me otherwise in the comments. I will always go with the MP6, and you should be getting this weapon by by wave 3 or 4. You should have enough to buy this weapon with all the healing you've done and all the killing you've done up until then. Because waves 4 and 5, stronger enemies, so you want to have more damage. So the MP6, even though you have like the boss perks, it doesn't matter. You'll have enough damage to help out the team, and also having healing grenade launchers just in case things get dicey and chaotic. I will say, if you're starting out, right, you want to get your. If you only have this, the hollow point, you want to get your SMG right away and your pistol right away. This should be first when you load up into a game. If you have enough money, get your VS11 right away. By wave 3 or 4, get your MP6, and if you have enough money, get your LF85. Again, I think this should be last. And if people need dodge because the medic, I have maybe like 2,000 to 3,000 dodge by the end of wave 5. Give it away if people need it. Like you don't need the LF85, unless I'm wrong, and there's just something about it. But I just think the tracking on the darts are just not as good. And also like people shouldn't. If you're doing your job as a healer, especially with the healing grenade launcher, people shouldn't be going down. But again, you have your pistol for revives as well. Takes 3 shots, they'll revive right away. And then when you get more perks, you'll have you have this one or this one you could choose from for the grenade. So that's another healing thing you could do to revive. Anyway, so yeah, that's my thoughts on the healing guide, on the healing build. Let me know what you guys think. If there's something I'm missing or just not understanding, guys, please let me know in the comments. And thank you for your time. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. I want to keep pushing out more content,